Rookie. Hey, it's a brand new day here on Gilliam Farms, and I'm Johnny. And tonight, what we got going on is a little bit of we got a panel discussion about getting ready for the blue collar drags going out to Tucson, Arizona. Got a few of the guys in the basement that are kind of getting around for the same kind of deal. I've got some good friends of mine in the basement as well. Dale's down there. I can see him down there. And I've invited Tony if he can get in. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say hello to the folks that are in here right now, and then I'll start bringing everybody up. Rebecca came in first. Rebecca Touched by Yarn. Thanks for being here, Rebecca. Appreciate it. I know you always like the car talk. There's K Sparks Guy, and I know Corey has got to be like right around there somewhere. Corey, if you guys don't know, Corey Guy is the guy who films at the end of whenever we're going to Mexico and racing over here. Okay, we got Mexico's just a little ways right down here from us, and whenever we're racing at Mexico, Corey is the guy who is filming at the end of the track for me, or the end of the road for me right there. And I appreciate that. Troy Sutton in the house. Hey, Troy, good to see you. Thanks for being here, bud. There is my good friend Jesse at Lazy Days Ahead. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here, Jesse. Appreciate y'all. There is James at Shade Tree Cook. Thank you for coming in, James. I know you were interested in this build as well, even though it's it's not homesteading. It's a little bit different, but we kind of have a broad horizon over here at Gilliam Farms, and so anyway, and then we've got yeah, I hope y'all ready to talk drag stuff, right? Exactly, that's right, Jesse. And then we've got Jacob Halpane. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you so much, Jake. Then we got Rainy Ridge, woodworking and more. I think that's Tina. Hey, Tina, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Debbie Drock also likes this type of stuff. Really, a lot of this is crossover. We've got the car community, we got the homesteading community, we got the auction folks, we got, it's kind of my channel's all over the place, guys. So anyway, we got people from everywhere. Paul Honeyman from England makes us world famous whenever he comes in. Thanks for being here, Paul. Appreciate it. We've got, and I haven't forgot you guys down there, so bear with me. I'll start bringing you in. And then we've got, let's see here. Jesse's throwing up links about the blue collar drags, junkyard digs. Yep, there's Pole Barn Garage. Hey, Jeannie Andrews, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. And then we've got Angie at Our Cabin in the Woods. Hey, everybody, digging the Route 66 shirt. Yeah, I bought that last year whenever we went on that first poverty tour. And there's my lovely bride, Christine, Mrs. Gilliam Farms, from the other room in there. She's been such a trooper. She's been everywhere with me. She goes with me. Hey, C. Andrews, howdy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Gonna go on down here. Corey, yeah. There's Corey. There's the guy behind the camera at the end. We've had to use that camera a few times to make sure to show exactly who crossed that stripe first, and it comes in handy because standing there eyeballing it's hard. It's real hard. There's Dale at 9 Acre Family Farms, and there's Nana 9 Acres. Howdy. Thank you guys for being here. And they are co-streaming, it looks like. We have, let's see here. There's Sean at Let's Trade Paint. Sean, he actually videoed at the Blue Whale whenever we came through for Poverty Tour, and his video got a lot of views. It was a real, and he helped us out quite a bit.
Tony didn't get the link.
Oh, he didn't? Okay. I'm gonna have to send Tony the link, so I'm gonna try to figure out how to do that. I'm gonna bring everybody in, and then I'll figure out how to get him the link. My email sending unit thing here hasn't been working at all, so I'm hoping that I think Steve Brigadier is somewhere, so hopefully he can make it in too. Um, and I think I just seen him pop in. And then let's see here. There's Kelly Rebel Hart. Thanks for being here. And that's Sean's wife. Beautiful couple, great folks. And really enjoy knowing those guys. All right, I'm going to start bringing folks in. And we're just going to kind of talk about what we got going on, getting ready for this race and everything. And I've got a couple of, like I said, I've got a couple of folks that I'm going to try to bring in that from the homesteading side of it, because they know cars. I think they're working on stuff, and everything. So anyway, I'm gonna bring them in. Let's see here. First one I'm gonna bring in, this guy. There's Dale.
Howdy, y'all.
In 9 Acre Family Farms, and I'm gonna bring up our blessed Shed. Howdy.
Hey, everybody.
And then here is John over at Full Blast Garage. Hey, John, good to see you.
Good to see y'all.
And then here is Chip. There's Chip Wickings, No Garage.
Howdy.
And then here is Steve Brigadier, and from Canada, guys. So he's all the way up from the great. What is it? Is it smoky over your way?
No, all the smoke's heading south, so
yeah, we're getting the smoke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Canada's on fire, and we're just catching all of it. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna try to figure out how to get Tony in here, because my email system isn't working at all. But what I wanted to do was, you guys, if you watched, I put out a video the other day, and it's kind of what I've got going on. Okay, it's and I'm still at a crossroads. I mean, MT Homestead, they're now a Crossroads channel or stuff. Well, I'm at a crossroads too, and I'm going to talk about that more as we go along here, what my crossroads is on this deal. But I want to talk to these guys. I want these guys to kind of tell us where they are on this. Now, I know Dale hasn't been at any poverty tours, but Dale is always there in spirit. I mean, he loves this stuff, and he really loves the Dragon Drive stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
I think he's going to try. He's working towards stuff, and I'd be more than happy to help any way I can on that kind of stuff. So, Dale, did you ever get to look at what you were going to go look at?
Went today.
Okay.
Went today, and I guess I said it on live the other night, but for those car guys that don't know me, I mean, like my channel is farming and all that kind of stuff, but really at heart, like, I'm a mechanic. I teach mechanics. I'm a gearhead. So all this talks to me. Like, I love Judgment Day, Johnny's other 69 GTO, follow all that, but I'm a Ford guy. So hate me. That's okay. But I found a 73 Maverick 302 car, AC original car. We went and looked at it today. It's going to be a tall order. It was a vinyl top car, so you guys know what that means. And there's no more vinyl top. And we're in the 4-state area. We're from Kansas, but we're down in the southeast corner of Kansas. So we are definitely in the rust. Yeah, there's nothing survives from that age without rust. But so it'll be a tall project, but I think we're going to get it dealt for. I don't know. We're in talks. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm looking out here. I know Chip down below you there. He is a big Ford guy. I know that Corey Guy out there in the chat. I know he's a big Ford guy too. You know, um, so and I've got a Ford.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got two. I've got a '68 Ford F-250 well, it's Christine's. I don't have. Christine has a '68 Ford F-250
I
with a
love it.
390 in it, FE engine, and then I have a big old. Basically, it was a dump truck. It's a F800 out here.
Oh, it's an F8. I was going to say F600, but yeah, F800.
Yeah, it's got that diesel. It's some kind of a weird diesel that they used to put in tractors a long time ago. Engine. Yeah, the engine in it was shared with a tractor. It's not a Ford diesel. It's something else. But they put all kinds of stuff in these Ford F600 and F800s.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird one. Hey,
Yeah.
Holly Hobby, good to see you. Thanks
Holly.
for being here. Tony, I'm going to throw the link in the chat real quick because that's the easiest way for me to get you in here. So let me throw that in the chat for you. So copy. I'm just going to, because I'm not like the best at, I know my email is really jacked over here. So anyway, so Tony, there you go. Jump on it. So anyway, so on the Maverick, did you get to look under it?
Frame's good.
Okay.
Drivetrain looks all solid, but passenger floor gone. Rear quarters gone. Like from a foot up from the bottom, they're both gone. Car straight other than that, and of course the roof, like back at the back above your window, there's holes back there.
Right.
But engine's all there. Engine fires on carb, on brake clean, carb cleaner.
Okay.
Small
block.
It's small. Well, yeah, it's 302.
Yeah.
So the opportunities are endless with the 302, of course,
I watched a really cool video last night on it was like one of these shows that probably was on TV, but they put it on YouTube, and they were doing a 302 versus a 305 shootout, and they were doing all the exact same things to each engine and the exact same head flow, exact same cams, lift, a carburation, everything. And that 302 Ford kept whipping on that.
Yep.
305.
Yep.
All the way up. They both made respectable power. I mean, they had them at the episode I watched last night. They were both making over 460 or 70 horsepower.
I'm telling you, 460 horse in that little light car.
Yeah.
You would
Hey,
know
Tony.
you got some. Hey, Tony.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. This is
We're
Tony,
going-
our cabin in the woods. He's also got something going on, and he's also a Ford guy. So, we got three in a row right there.
Bingo.
Don't get me wrong. I spent a lot of my life building Chevy small blocks for dirt track teams and stuff like that, and working on them. So I like a 350. Don't get me wrong. I'm a small block Chevy guy too.
Yeah.
In a 305.
I've got a
Small
400
block
small block sitting in the shop over there that I'm aching to do something with, to do something with this little Ford. I think the 400 small block is just a really cool little engine.
They are.
But all right. So the one thing I wanted to ask you and I think I know the answer to this, but did you look at the rear end under it?
So it was buried. I couldn't see all the way to the rear end.
It's
like I couldn't tell if it was I don't know if it's a 9-inch. I know it's a 5-bolt.
Okay.
So it's either an 8-inch or a 9-inch, one of the two.
Probably a 8-inch.
Yeah.
Most of those had 8s in them, but it's not a hard switch, So
I know it's going to need fuel tank. They shoved it around and caught the fuel tank and bent the corner of it down. So
yeah,
which, I would say it was going to need a fuel tank no matter what.
yeah,
Oh,
right. I'm sure. But anyway, that's exciting. I'm glad. And I hope that, one of these days you're able to join us on some of this stuff, like going and stuff like, I know a lot of it has to do with your work and,
Yep.
your time off and stuff like that. But man, that would be so cool.
Well, the wife and I, we threatened to come with you guys with the 1999 Ford Ranger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weeds,
I call them mangers.
Was it
Yeah.
like the 3.0?
Yeah, it's a 3.0 V6
Yeah.
automatic,
I just got rid of one of those.
long bed, regular
Thank God.
cab.
Yeah.
It's a fun little runaround. I mean, my other truck's an F-150 with the 5.0 Coyote and 4-wheel drive and everything. It's a nice truck, but if we're going to go on something like that, I'm going to take something that like borderline, maybe I shouldn't be taking across the country,
Well, that's all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the plan. You just take something that you probably shouldn't drive down to the store and you go all the way to Tucson, Arizona. All right. I'm going to hop on over there to our blessed shed up there on top. And how's it going on your deal?
Well, I don't remember where we were last time we talked, but the jump pack ate the starter teeth and we replaced the starter and we got it to drive up and down the street. And come the middle of next month is when we're going to do that body swap on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything is looking to be on track. Tracking.
Onto a Ford.
So let me refresh a little bit. Do you mind telling everybody what you're doing?
I don't mind at all. So we have a very rough truck that I was told's name was Sanford, and it was blue at the time. But then we spent $7 in spray paint on it, and we made it red. So if it was going to be Sanford and Son, it needed to be red. It is a 79 GMC long bed, and we are going to body swap it onto a Chip, what do you call those? The police package Crown Vics.
The P71.
That's it. A P71 Crown Vic. So it'll make the Ford and the Chevy guys mad.
Crown Vic got V6 in it.
You're asking the wrong guy. I don't know a thing about Fords, so I'll
Depends on what year it is.
be hard on that one.
And I tell you what, that's so we got a half Ford, half Chevy deal going on, right? But that's really cool. I would like to have a Crown Vic for the front suspension off of it Christine's 68 Ford F-250 out there. I watched a channel the other day, and what they did was I think it was Stay Tuned or whatever.
Yeah, tuned in.
He did where they did a Mustang independent rear suspension.
Yes.
Out of a newer Mustang, and it was basically a bolt-in. And then they did that Crown Vic front on it. Man, they made a hot rod out of this truck. I mean, they really did. It was and John, you're down there and you do a lot of stuff like that. And that might be something you think about in the future, I'm telling you. Because I could see you doing it over there on that, as well as the Rust Farm, Steve, you guys both, I could see both of you doing something like that. But
Michelle won't even let me put power steering in her F-250.
You'll have to get another one.
Well,
You have to get another one,
I do have, probably 15 other Fords, but
So got a lot of Fords there. We got, man, this is the blue oval channel right now. All right. So on that, you know what kind of power those Crown Vics put out or anything like? Are you going to race it?
It's all about the money. I don't know. First is get it done, and then is get there. That's like 5 steps down the list. So if we get there,
he will get it done, then he will get there, and then we will see how it does. I know you took the other truck down the deal.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the Corolla powered square body. It run a 19.9. So I'm figuring we're improving upon that quite a bit.
For you guys who don't know, Jim of Our Blessed Shed, he has a what year model Corolla is that?
The Corolla is in 2005.
He's got okay, imagine this. You got a 2005 Corolla, and basically you cut the body off of it and you drop a 1970 what?
87
short bed square body pickup on top of it. And whenever, if he pulls up next to you or anything, you look at it and you go, kind of different looking. He's got that low rider like that. Why has it got them little tiny tires on it? Why has it got, and all this stuff? And then you finally realize, hey, wait a minute. That's not a, but you know what? This guy flies down the road. I mean, I remember we were in somewhere down in, where were we, Jim? Where you said I won the award whenever I got flashed by that camera.
Oh, Utah, or either it was Northern Arizona, one of the two.
Yeah, he was behind me, and I got a flash. Those traffic cameras. It flashed me. And he said, "Oh, you got the award." But I can tell you, this guy was flying. He was, I mean, that car was hauling. So, but anyway, it does it. It does the thing, guys. And we've talked about this OBD2 thing and all that kind of stuff. That's absolutely not going to be a thing with whenever you have something like that. That's not even going to be an issue ever. That'll be banner day one all day long. I mean, because I think that the spirit of the whole thing is right there in that, wrapped up in the truck like that. It really is.
That's cool.
It is so cool. So, all right, I'm going to move on down here. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Are you coming to the? I can't remember. Are you coming to the blue collar drags?
Yep. Absolutely.
And you are bringing a what?
Well, I'm not sure yet. Probably this Fargo behind me. But
And all right, hang on a minute. I'm going to do something here, if I can. I'm going to try to, if I can remember how. I want to blow it up. I know
I think you just got to click
there.
on
You
it.
go.
Yeah.
All right. So that truck right there is a what now?
it's a 1956 Fargo town panel.
Oh wow.
That is set on a 2006, I think, Hemi Jeep Grand Cherokee.
That's exactly right. We talked about this the last time you were on here, and you said that thing only weighs what, like 32?
I figure, yeah, 35 tops.
35 tops. That's got a Hemi, guys. Oh wow. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty good deal, man. So
I'm not 100% sure if we're taking it.
I like it.
Because we may be getting a different car here soon. So
There's Irish and Zeppy.
yeah, but
Hey
we may be
guys,
getting
good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in.
Hey Jay.
Well, we just got home.
You just got home.
Yeah, we went out to eat because it was too hot to work on the car, and I was just over it. I thought,
Yeah.
we'll night wrench.
Right.
Got home and it started pouring down rain.
It actually rained here a little bit this afternoon. Very little bit, but it did.
It feels good, actually.
Yeah. It feels good right now, but later it's going to feel awful. And I've got like 3 deer walking around right here right now. So, but anyway, so you're not sure if you're going to take that, Steve?
No, we might have acquired another car. So
Oh, okay.
if we get that, we're taking it just in honor of my buddy there. So
Okay.
He does that often.
The day before Poverty Tour, the day before we left, our good friend was killed in a car accident.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I didn't tell many people that, but yeah. Anyways, we might be getting his dad might give me his '78 Nova Rally. So
Nice.
it's a '78 Nova with it's a factory 4-speed car, and it has a really spicy 350 in it. So
There you go.
full
Nice.
roller valve train, revs to $8,000. It's
Yeah.
pretty wild car. So
That's awesome.
if we get that, that's what we're gonna take. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know what 8,000 RPM revs are like because I do it with a 535 cubic inch Pontiac engine.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll take it, but it's a different level. I mean, a lot of people think 6,000 RPM is a lot of RPM. You zing 1 to 8,
Yeah.
it's a whole different deal.
Yeah, that car just keeps pulling. Like you think it's done, and it's still got more. It's pretty impressive.
Right. I see my friend out there, Evelyn Newman, has made it in the chat. Hey, Evelyn, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. And Jesse's throwing out you guys' links and stuff like that so that people can sub to your channels and check them out or at least go over and look at the channels and stuff and see what you think, because I think they've got a lot of really cool stuff going on over there. I think I sat and watched an hour and 40-something minute long video last night of somebody with, in the rain with, collapsing, covers and all kinds of stuff, last night.
Yeah.
Hey, Musgrave family, thanks for coming in. Got a little bit of drag race talk going on tonight.
All right.
So, all right, let's move on over to Chip here. And Chip, how is it going on your deal? And tell everybody again, because there's more people here than there was last time.
Right.
Tell everybody again what you are doing, what you're building.
I got an 86 F-150 that I'm rebuilding the 302 in and taking it from EFI to carburetor. But it's my very first engine build. I've never built a motor before. So
Awesome.
it's been a challenge. I've had some fun with it. It's done, but I haven't run it yet. Because my engine guy went on vacation. I'm kind of scared to do it myself, so I want to take it to him and let him do the initial break-in on the cam because it's flat tappet, and I'd rather have someone that knows what they're doing do it.
Yeah, and I wanted to tell you about that flat tappet thing. The other day, we were talking on your live because these guys go live, usually, various times, but Sunday nights is usually whenever I see them live, him and Irish and stuff. But they, we were talking about a cam break-in on a flat tappet cam, and for you guys out there in the chat who don't know what we're talking about here, they took zinc out of the oil that you use in your most cars several years ago, and they did that because of catalytic converters. Catalytic converters and zinc, not a good combination, and it burns out the cats and stuff like that.
Yep.
Plugs them up. But the thing is zinc is what kept all these old cars that had these flat tappet cams going, because the lubrication qualities and the film. Whenever you think about a lifter running on a cam lobe, it's not really actually supposed to run on the cam lobe. It's actually supposed to run on a very thin layer of film.
Right.
And so it's not really metal to metal. But whenever they took that out, they took that extra layer out, and you have a lot of flat tappet cams going flat. Also, you have another thing going on top of that, which is the fact that they don't make lifters like they used to. Lifters used to be a quality, very quality product. And the last several years, they have degraded the processes. They have degraded the materials, not as good as it was that they make the cam out of, or the lifter out of. So it's like you can flip a coin a lot of times as to whether a flat tap cam is going to survive a break-in or not, and you can do a lot of things right. Now, what happened? And it still failed. And what happened was he was talking about the cam that Buff put into his little truck.
Was an old school,
But it was an old Mopar Performance purple cam. And it had an actual, the lifters were actually the lifters from way back then. I bet that cam was probably built in the late 70s, maybe 80, the lifters and stuff like that. So it was all built back when everything was good, whenever we could still do this stuff and not lose a cam every time we turned around. So he had that going for him. I mean, Buff may not have realized it whenever he was putting that deal together, but they did him a solid by getting him those old lifters.
Yeah, they did.
In that old cam, because if you can find something old like that, like in the box, and in what they call new old stock stuff, if you can find that stuff and put it in your new engine, it's better than calling Summit up and ordering a brand new cam and lifters and stuff like that, and then crossing your fingers and doing all these. You're sitting there basically praying over your engine while you're starting it up and stuff like that. So I'm not trying to scare you or anything, Chip, but I've lost cams, and we've done everything exactly right. One thing you want to make sure you do is add zinc.
I was gonna say, what oil did you use, Chip?
You mean the lube for the cam?
Well,
I haven't run. It hasn't been run yet. I plan on using that Valvoline VR1.
I was gonna say, are you using VR1 and then add zinc to it?
Yeah,
Especially that initial. You need to go ahead and add another thing of zinc to it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Add zinc on those deals because
and I've got that cam so lubed it looks yellow.
used to be another one that used to be pretty good at that was you could use that old what's that old diesel oil that Rotella.
Yeah.
Rotella used to be pretty good for we used to break in on Rotella and then switch to VR1 once we got it all broke in and stuff like that, because Rotella also held a lot of zinc and stuff in it.
It did.
Now I know that they've pulled a lot of that out. Even VR1 has reduced the amount of zinc that they have put in theirs. And it's always recommended to just grab a little bottle of zinc at every oil change and put one in, even though you've got this VR1 stuff.
That's
There,
what
you
I'm doing with. That's when I did the oil change on my Mustang. That's what I did. VR1 with a little bottle of zinc.
Right.
Because I want to. It's a rare motor, so I want to preserve that.
Exactly. So, guys out there in the chat, if you got an old car with a flat tappet cam, man, get a good oil, get you some zinc whenever you do your oil change and stuff. It'll. That's what happened to my Trans Am. I can tell you the 400 that was in my Trans Am, I did not, right here, I did not put any zinc in it. And I can't remember the oil I put in it, but it wasn't VR1. I put probably whatever was cheap that day in it whenever I did an oil change on it. And I lost the cam on a drive to Tulsa and back. And this isn't that cam was original to the car, but they've removed so much zinc out of this oil that it just didn't like it, and it went flat. So, but anyway, on those, so is it together yet, Chip?
Yeah, the motor's together.
Okay.
It's all put together.
Okay.
And got my free headers put on it.
Okay.
I don't know if I mentioned that, but I ordered my intake from Amazon.
Yeah.
To convert it to a 4-barrel. I ordered a good carburetor, a good Edelbrock carburetor, but I just got a cheap intake from Amazon. And when it showed up, it was a set of shorty headers for a Fox body Mustang.
He ordered a manifold, an intake manifold, and he got a set of headers.
Yeah. And when I called them and told them, hey, you sent me the wrong thing, they said, keep that. We'll send you another one. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Sure. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they fit, that's really awesome.
They're small block headers for a
Yeah.
Ford, so they're for a Fox body, actually.
Yeah,
But they
they'll
should
probably
fit-
fit in that truck.
Yeah, they'll fit in the truck.
Wow.
A lot of room down.
I've got a similar story to that. I ordered 4 tires for my truck one time, and they shipped that. I got all 4 of them in, and a couple of days later, I got 4 more tires that were not the same. They were like 22 or 23, 22-inch tires, like diameter, rim size. And they fit only a few cars. And so I called them up and asked them what was going on, and they said it was because they only had 3 of the tires that I needed, and that was my 4th tire. And I said, no, you send me 4 tires, they totally don't fit. I said, and I got 4 tires the first time, and they're all on my truck already. and they said, well, I said, how do I send them back? And they said, well, you'll have to send that tire back. And I said, that tire? You mean, yeah. And they rattled off what it was, which was a tire off my truck. And I said, I'm not taking a tire off my truck and sending it to you with these 4 tires.
Yeah.
And they said, well, that's the only way we can we're not, basically they only wanted to give me a tag to go back 1 tire. You know what I'm saying?
And they wanted
And
you to
so
pay.
finally, I just said, just forget it. Everything's fine. So I got
Yeah.
4 brand new tires stacked up out there in the shop. That they didn't charge me for or anything like that. They'll probably go on Facebook Marketplace. All right. So on your transmission, is that a C6 or what is that?
Yeah, it's a C6.
Okay. And the rear end in that truck what is that?
I don't know what it is, but it is a single wheel peel. So I'm thinking about getting a hold of some sort of lunchbox locker, maybe from Yukon or from something, because I definitely want both tires spinning.
Well, one thing I can tell you, I mean, I see a lot of these people, that if there's a way of getting something that will have some give on a curve, I know some people do a Lincoln locker. You know what a Lincoln locker is?
Yeah.
Lincoln locker. Well, your spiders up and stuff like that. But if you can get something that has
So, supposedly the one from Yukon will have a little bit of give in it.
okay.
The ratcheting clutch one.
Yeah.
The one you want is called a no slip,
Yeah.
and it's actually a
What he said.
Power Track.
What he said.
Power Track's no slip is the one that's quiet. The rest of them are just going to sound like a bag of rocks whenever you turn the corner.
Yeah.
I've had both. I've got one for an AMC 20 up there that I took out of that Javelin and put it's called a no slip by Power Tracks.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's the one you want.
when I pick up my parts truck, I'm getting and this guy might appreciate this. I don't know. I have a Centurion,
Oh yeah.
the 4-door Bronco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's hitting the front end, and I have a parts truck for it for the entire front clip. So I'm gonna check the rear end in that, and if that's a limited slip rear end, I'll just swap the rear ends out.
Yeah.
Mostly
year is
because
that
I'll
truck?
already have it.
What year is your truck, Chip?
86.
86. That's half ton.
Yeah.
That's probably got an 8.8 in it.
Yeah.
You can, I mean, real quick check. You just look in the back. If you got bolts in the back, it's an 8.8. Other than that,
Yeah.
I
The
don't
bolts
think
are in the back.
yeah, it's an 8.8.
Yeah, I know it's not an 8 or a 9 inch.
Yeah.
I wish.
Ain't that
Well,
wrong
an
with 8.8?
8.8's a good stout rear end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, an
8.8
is
Oh, I know
really
they're
good
a
rear.
good stout rear end. I've got one in my Crown Vic.
So well anyway, so are you on track to for this
Yeah.
race? Are you on track to thinking that you're gonna have it done and everything?
Yeah, I am. The only setback I'm having right now is that my the guy that did all my engine work as far as the cleaning it all up and honing my cylinder. I had him do all the prep work to my block and my heads and my crank and all that. Is he's on vacation and he's the guy that's going to do the initial run on it. So
Okay.
he won't be back till August, beginning of August.
Have you got it installed?
No.
Okay. All right. I was just going to check and see if you had it installed. I was going to say I wish that we lived closer because there's I would love to get together with somebody and help on a startup and stuff like that on a new engine like that because
Yeah, I don't live close.
I think
to nobody.
startups are the neatest things ever. I mean, for the people who own them, you're always sitting there just but the rest of us out there, we're just having a good old time. So, anyway, all right. So now I'm going to step over here to John at Full Blast Garage real quick, and we're going to talk about his deal. Now, he's got a little different thing going on down there in Texas.
Yep.
And if you have not checked out his channel, as well as all of these guys, now check these channels out, guys, because they got some really cool stuff going on. Everybody here, but he's got this deal. Now, I'll just let you tell them. What are you doing?
All right. So first off, I went through my junkyard and I have in 74 Omega that was kind of the aim I was going for once we got back from Poverty Tour. But then this blue collar drags just came up so quick. I'm like, man, there's no way that car needs so much. I just I use Chat GPT, like AI, on kind of a daily basis, helping me with my regular job, things like that. And I'm like, man, I'm going to ask Chat GPT what car I should build for this blue collar drags. Cause I want something that I could go buy and at least have like a starting point of like a running car. And of course, AI came back with, it was an S10, a Cadillac Escalade, a Pontiac Grand Prix GTP, and it was one other car. So it is really, if you ever use AI, it keeps track of what you're doing on there. So I've had Typhoons and other all-wheel drive, full-wheel drive kind of fast trucks, and I think it literally just told me something I wanted to hear. Spooky, like it knew, you know, if I tell John S10 4x4, he's gonna go buy it, and that's a single cab, short bed, 4x4 with a stick. So I got an NV 3500 that I
Nice.
be drag racing, and I did the, you know, I was out on the street, so it's not super accurate, but 0 to 60 is like 10 seconds, and my quarter mile was like 20, but it's really probably like an 18. I mean, it's a slow truck, but I'm gonna in the next week pull the engine apart so I can get like my rod bearing, main bearing sizes, and it's getting turboed. So that's what Chat GPT said was you need to build turbo 4-wheel drive S10 to race, you know, and just kind of like an open class of race cars. Yeah, but and it's the build from start to finish. It told me what piston rings to buy,
Wow.
how far to gap them for the pounds of boost I want to run. So it's real spooky, guys. Like if you ever kind of dive into that, like it's not always right though, for sure. But it's funny how well it thinks it knows everything.
Do you have to do anything extra to the transfer case or to the 4-wheel drive system with that?
So I'm gonna test launching it in 4-wheel high, because I've heard guys do it and get away with it. If it's really violent, I'm gonna put a transfer case out of a Bravada, so you can go like 90. I think it's 92 to 94 Bravada, and it's an all-wheel drive transfer case, and you just have to lock out the front axle. So you literally just kind of put a bushing in there to hold it where it stays engaged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I made a comment on your video.
Yeah.
I told Christine, I said, man, I hope this doesn't make him mad. What are your what here's the thing, guys. Not only is he building this, but there's a goal.
Yeah.
There's an actual goal with this truck. So the engine it's a 4.3, isn't it?
Yes, 4.3.
Okay, it's a 4.3 V6. All right. What is the goal, John?
I want to run an 11.99 in the quarter. So I want it to be an 11-second truck.
He wants an 11-second truck. It's got a stick. It's 4-wheel drive. It's got a 4.3.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
My little comment was, "Hey, I lied."
Yeah.
That was what I said.
I
But,
don't know.
I mean, if you hit 11.99, I tell you what, I'll be the first one to buy you a beer.
Yeah.
Especially at the altitude is going to be, of course, you know, making your own atmosphere.
I was
That
gonna
helps.
say he's making his own atmosphere though.
It helps some. It doesn't help completely. I've got the same thing going on, making my own atmosphere. That it's still, if you're trying to pull it in there with a turbo, you have to spin that turbo harder and faster in that thinner air to get it to make the same power as it would like where he's at in Texas. Same thing with me. I'd have to more blower boost or whatever to get, you know, the same kind of down here. I don't know. I mean, I'll talk about my build here in a little bit, but
So my Typhoon would run in the 12s.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't like a built for race type motor. But I could get it into the 12s. But it was like 15 pounds of boot, probably like too much for the motor.
Yeah, and you're gonna on that engine that you're building, that 4.3. I didn't go through the parts list completely. I did watch the video completely, but I wanted what rods are you using in that?
Just stock. I'm going stock piston, stock rod. I'm using like the vented piston rings, like these guys are running the boost with, to try, because I've heard guys just blowing the ring lands on those old like 4.3 pistons.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what your ringing gaps, what you're going to, does AI tell you what your ringing gap's going to
AI's
be?
telling me what the ring gap is. I'm gonna make sure it's at least within the spec on the sheet. I think it's a total seal piston ring that I'm getting. But I haven't verified the bore size or anything yet, so I gotta pull the motor apart. So that's kind of the last bit of parts I gotta buy. But everything else is already sitting in the shop, ready to go.
Is that gonna be a trailer queen, or are you gonna drive it down there?
Oh, I'm driving it the whole way.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
kind of stud? I mean, what are you going to do? Stud, ARP studs, and
Yep.
are you going up in size on studs to keep from lifting the heads and stuff?
I think it's stock size studs on that. Yeah, but ARP, man, I'm running.
How big a turbo?
I'm redoing all the cam, the valve springs, but I think it's still using the stock rocker stud on those Vortec heads. So, yeah, but the cam's only like 500 lift or something. It's not a huge giant lift cam.
You can get away whenever you're making boost and stuff like that. You can get away with a lot smaller stuff in order and still make the same power. I mean, here in a few minutes, I'm going to talk about my deal a little bit, and I'll kind of compare it to my other deal, and I'll show you what, how it works for me. I race a lot. I mean, and when I say I race a lot, let's just put it this way. I used to race a lot. I still race. And I've been very specific about a bunch of stuff and that I do. So I know what works and what doesn't work in my program. So, and if, like I said, if you make that thing, if you get that thing in the 11s, man, I'll be the first one to buy you a beer. I will. I'll be right there. I'll be slapping you on the back so hard you'll think you're I'm trying to knock chicken out of your throat or something.
I hope you're doing it. I hope
so we got a lot of people out there in the chat who are all, like Corey Guy, man. He's like, man, it can be done. And he's got a turbo 4-cylinder deal. So, and I want to build a turbo car. I really do. I want to build a turbo car bad, and I'm going to do it. And here, look, my wife, you show me, John, show me. There you go.
Yeah.
And then, Zippy's holding down the fort, or was. Now Iris is back. And so, anyway, yeah, I don't know, Bio Devil. I'm not, but, So, anyway, let's see here. We got making sure I'm not missing anybody. Hey, there's Scott rambling with the rooms. Welcome in. I remember John when I was 14 years old. You remember me when you were 14? He might. I want to put a blower back on Punisher, just saying. Yeah, I know. So, anyway. All right. So let's go on to, by the way, the rear end in that truck, what is it?
It's a 7.625 with a 342 gear.
And whenever you launch that thing, I know you have a stick.
Yeah.
So how much power does that AI thing tell you that you're going to be putting out?
Yeah, it said it's estimating mid 400s, so like 440, 450. And I can't remember if that's to the crank or to the wheels, but
I broke a rear end exactly like what you're talking about at 350 horsepower.
Yeah, I'm probably on the edge.
And I was racing it and everything. I wasn't on slicks though. So I was on a street tire, but I still broke it.
Wow.
I'm just, you know, that's it. The 7.62 is actually better than the 7.5 slightly. Does it have the posi in it?
No, I'm gonna have to add it.
Yeah. And mine had that little posi whatever thing in it that they come with. It was a pretty cool. It was a G body car. And but it you know, I know a guy that's running in the 9s with one of those with that rear end, but it's because of the way he launches it.
Yeah.
He's real soft on it. And so I think if you're soft on it, yeah, sticks ain't soft though, very soft.
I think probably, I mean, 2,000 RPM launch might be about all I attempt, because I'm worried about the transmission too. You know, I'm gonna try and feather it out and get it into second as quick as I can. You know,
what clutch you planning on running?
So it's a Center Force Stage 2, I believe. So I think it's made for like 550.
Yeah.
The clutch.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's one you can street drive still and not kill yourself, you know? But yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I've got to give Angie some keyboard warrior.
I'm gonna say I went ahead and turned on my phone.
Yeah, we're getting a couple of folks out there in the chat that are, you know, I don't think they're here for what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Those stickers down.
Let me give her that real quick. Hey, I'm gonna. I want to ask you guys one more thing. I'm gonna go down through the list here real quick up to where we're at. So, for Jim and actually for everybody that's going to the drags, can you let me know if you're planning on driving with Dalton and them, any part of it, or if you're just going to the track?
Well, being that we're in Missouri anyway, if it all comes together, we'll probably scoot on over across Missouri and then run with them.
Okay. What about you, Steve?
No, it's way out of the way for us to do that.
So you're just going to head to the track?
We're literally straight north of Tucson.
Yep. So you're just going to. How far is it for you, by the way?
I don't know, like probably 1,800 miles.
Oh, you're straight north, but you're 1,800 miles straight north. Holy cow.
But if we were going to Missouri, it's 1,700 miles extra to go to Missouri.
Yeah.
Steve and his wife, they are true road warriors. I can tell you, they did the whole poverty tour, and then they went and did power tour. You know, and Jim did the same thing.
Yeah,
poverty tour and then power tour.
Yeah, it was 9,000 mile trip for us.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's like, you know, back in the old days, that would have been like a tenth of the life of your engine.
Yeah.
You know, you just basically knocked off a whole tenth of the life.
Yeah, we did 2 oil changes on the trip.
On the trip, right? All right, John, are you gonna catch up with everybody in Texas?
So I think we're planning on meeting everybody in Alamogordo.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay. Alamogordo.
I was kind of thinking about that, and I've talked to John and his wife about meeting up with them somewhere in Texas, and
yeah.
But at the same time, I can justify the extra time at the beginning of the trip, but I can't justify the time at the end of the trip. I was thinking about running up to Jay's and grabbing his slicks for him. but I can't justify taking them back home for him. So, because I know he really wants to have his slicks with him.
All right. So let me go. So you guys, for just a second, you guys kind of keep the chat going for help me here. I'm trying to help get one more person in here as a mod real quick.
Jay, tell him running.
Do what?
I said, Jay, tell him.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Tell him about that Z28.
Oh, well, we are going to probably going to meet up with Dalton and them, but again, we're just going to be on our own thing. The only reason I decided that is because I can leave a day earlier and use from here to the meetup point as a test. So that'll be our test, is the first 350 miles.
There you go.
And then we're staying with everybody on the way, and he is going. We made sure that as long as he gets his homework done before we leave, they usually give him his homework like the weekend before. That way he can get it all done. Because it's 1,350 miles for me.
Yeah.
I was told to ask you if Amber was going.
Huh?
I was told to ask you if Amber was going.
No, she'll be working. She's head cook at the junior high, so she's.
Oh, okay.
She's gotta work. I think one trip out there was enough for her for one year.
She was a real trooper, though. You know what? I mean, she was. I really enjoyed it whenever we were going over that ridgeback, and she took the mic from you, and because you were white knuckled. I mean, he was like.
There was blood squirting out of my knuckles. I was tripping that damn wheel so hard. I'm in a 6,000 pound yacht going across the top of that thing, and John's behind just going, wow, look at that view. Hell, we're going across the rim. Boy, if you fall down there, you ain't coming out of it. I'm just scared to death of height.
Beautiful car. I love that car. Love it.
Yeah, I'm still working on it a little bit here and there, but
man, it's a beaut. It's a beaut, Jay.
Of course, the air works great now, by the way.
Of course.
The air works great.
But now it does.
Yeah. But now, the Camaro, well, John obviously said that, he watched the video. I got that thing down to where it's basically the motor and trans is in it. There's no wheels on it. There's no axles on it. There's no nothing. It is completely torn down to nothing. But slowly the parts are coming in. Did get a different third member. Taking the 411s are over here in a bucket, like they're supposed to be. And my buddy Tony that does my transmissions, he had a 350 gear, third member. And if I have time right now, we just got a 31 spline Yukon mini spool to put in it. But if he decides he opens up that third member and it needs bearings, well, then we're just gonna put it together. It'll be a brand new 350 gear, original Ford gears, by the way, none of the new stuff. So it'll be, they're tough. And I got the axles are clean. The housing looks great. The bearings look great. So, and motor wise, ain't changing nothing. It's the motor he built.
Yeah, and there's a video out there, guys, on that where they built this engine. Zeppy built it, and it's a pretty cool little small block.
Yeah, he built that one, and he built
that Pontiac.
That Pontiac 400 behind us there.
Yeah, he's got a really cool Pontiac 400 back there. Zeppy he loves Trans Ams.
Yeah,
and he has a Trans Am, guys. Yeah, and he's got a nice 400 engine for it. And if you guys haven't checked out those videos, they're out there. And it's really cool.
If it wasn't kind of like John is, if it wasn't for blue collar coming like that,
Yep.
Trans Am was our next build.
Right.
And it just kind of had to be put on hold because it needs torque boxes welded in. So I was like, I don't want to mess that. If I mess that up, don't get them straight. I don't want to try to drive that all the way across the damn country. So, but got new. Oh my God, buddy of mine out in New Jersey found me a new steering column, new, and it's coming. It's got put in the mail today. Got the rear end thing figured out, and then of course you saw the floors are perfect.
Yeah,
And
they are beautiful.
But hey, you know what? If you watch that video, this thing here, look at this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Look
If
at
you
that.
guys haven't watched the video, that's the dash out of a 78 Chevrolet Z28, and it was actually really warped. I mean,
This
badly
right here was that
warped.
much higher. It went like this. And I fixed it with a heat gun and clothespins.
Yeah, I was going to say
gonna say, yeah.
clothespins.
Took two pieces of metal and just kept heating it up and shoving them together. Then I heated up the dash part and rolled it, glued it with whatever that stuff is I use. I don't remember. Liquid nail.
Liquid
It's
nail.
perfect. It actually turned out perfect. And then I got my new, I got the new little push clamps right there for it.
Yeah.
So I was going to do that today, but it just got too damn hot. But
yeah, it's pretty warm right here. Okay.
we decided. Well, actually, I didn't decide it. I got an email saying, "What are you going to do for a fuel system on that?"
Good night,
Camaro?
Jacob. Thanks for
And
being here, buddy.
I said, well, I was going to put just carb it, you know, that's all I was going to do. They said, how about this? And I got in the mail, I got a brand new, the newest version of the Aces Royal Flush is coming. The whole system is going in this car. Two-step and all. CDI box, the whole 9 yards. So I'm going to have a two-step button on my steering wheel with a line lock on my shifter.
Nice.
Because it's a 4-speed, and we're going to try it. It's but it's the whole setup, and I got access to the main tuner. So this computer that I'm actually on right now is going to be hooked up to that car basically the whole time.
Wow.
So anytime we're driving, you know, we'll take it out for initial. I'll send it to him. He'll send it back. You know, it's all remote, but then that doesn't do me any good when we get down to Tucson, because totally, you know, you guys were just talking about it. The elevation's totally different. So I'm going to have to get down there and make a couple test passes, send it to him so he can send it back so I can load another one. And, but yeah, she's getting a brand new tanks, EFI tank, getting all new lines. Ended up calling Quick Performance. I was just going to buy they sell you the entire kit for a rear brake assembly for a 9-inch. And it's like shipped to your door. It's like $425. And I was talking to the guy, and he was going to wax the shipping because I've bought a lot of stuff from him. And he goes, well, why are you doing that? I can sell you this for $375 out the door to your house. So I got a whole disc brake setup for the back of that car too. So now it's going to have 350 gear. It's going to have disc brakes all around. I got all the new front brake stuff. It's in the Cutlass right now. I was, like I said, I was going to do a bunch today. It's just too damn hot. But yeah, that car actually, by the time we get it done, it should be a pretty cool car. It'll look like hell, but it'll, you know, it's going to be pretty solid underneath. Slapper bar. Oh, and I got a new somebody, because, you know, drag racing, they took the front stabilizer bar, the front sway bar out. It's gone. And I didn't know it. I could imagine if I wouldn't have seen that and just took off driving that sunbuck and go turn the wheel and she'd
It's been
roll.
fine. I take them off all my drag stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I
that's
just don't-
driving it. I mean, like, I'll drive all the way across the country and I won't have it on there.
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd like to have one on mine, especially when we get to them turns up there in the desert.
Yeah, I take
80
them
mile an
all.
hour.
I was watching a video of a guy. Hey, Gray Wolf Outdoors. Howdy. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, great.
Let's see here. And Christine's got a little deal out there in the chat talking about what's your favorite Pontiac and stuff, because we're Pontiac folks and stuff like that. You did mention that Zeppy's, you guys' next build was going to be Zeppy's TA, and then this came up. Well, that's kind of the same thing that has happened with us. My next deal was going to be Christine's 68 Ford pickup. And then all of a sudden, I mean, it's just like, bam, we come off of that, and now we're doing this. So we're, had to switch gears and stuff like that. Richard Cousins likes cars that run. Yeah. Most of ours don't, but, they will. Pontiac Ventura. There's a lot of people out there in the chat messing around. Let me see here. So that Z28, you talked about no sway bar, and whenever you were doing that in the video, I was going, Jay, you really don't have to have it, but it's up to you. My GTO, I took the sway bar off of it because weight transfer. That sway bar just holds the front end down, and also it's weight on the front. On the drive, it'll be good, but actually at the track, and of course, we might have different goals and stuff like that. I have goals like this: we're in it to win it. That's kind of the goal line.
The fact that I can't get any drag tires down there takes me out of the running anyway. I'll be on street tires, so it ain't gonna matter unless my buddy, and if he comes down again like last year, and he can run my slicks down there for me, I'll run them. But we're basically doing it. I break the beams, we won. Yeah. So
I understand that. I mean,
I couldn't win. I couldn't get in the 5,000 challenge anyway. That even though it's kind of ratty, Z28 4-speed cars, not exactly cheap. If it's running and driving, they threw $5,000 on the table, I'd be like, nope.
I think there's 500 to win in each class is what I saw.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about bringing 2 cars.
Yeah.
So
we're just to be with all you guys again. That's
love that deal.
It happens so fast because we don't do much. I get out of that truck and I'm right here. I don't do anything. And I've considered all my YouTube friends that I've met over the years through this as my friends. I still got friends around here, but if I bring up a car thing, they're like, what? Let's go hop on our $50,000 Harley and go bar hopping. No, no, I don't want to do that either.
So,
but we're just going, and I support anybody who's trying to win it, because I think that'd be great if one of us hillbillies went down there to Farmapalooza, all them street racers and them, them hardcore outlaw racers, and smoked their asses. I think that would be just hilarious. And I would probably buy the biggest stack of beer or whatever you drink that you've ever seen if whoever does it.
Well, see, that's the thing that everybody has to realize. This is during the Farmapalooza type deal, so there's going to be a lot of people there, that are there for Farmapalooza, they're not. It's not necessarily going to be just a bunch of us poverty tour folks that show up at this drag strip. It's going to be a big deal, and
There'll be a
so
bunch of toter homes and double stacks and stuff like that, ain't there?
and yeah, in our class, except for Run What You Brung. Now the Road Warrior class, this is what I foresee in Road Warrior. Okay, what I foresee in Road Warrior is going to be a bunch of vets, Mustangs. There's going to be there may be some Hellcat stuff, the Challengers and stuff like that. Maybe a Demon or two. I think that there's going to be stuff like that there. I mean, that's a Demon's 800 and something horsepower off the showroom floor. They come with extra wheels and stuff like that for track use. They have a track setting.
They got two-step setting right on them,
and they'll run. I mean, they will absolutely flat get it, and that's Road Warrior for us is, can we put something old together and make it across the country and then get down the track? So I don't know. If I was Dalton, this is what I would do. I would have a modern muscle class for those guys who are bringing that stuff. They call it modern muscle. Let them run each other, and then all the rest of us that are having to put junk together, at our house and the shop and stuff like that, then we could have our beater whatever class or whatever. Because, to me, going to the dealership and basically buying a race car at the dealership and then driving it across the country, because it's all it is. It's just a cross country drive. I mean, it's not really a big deal. And then, it's different whenever you have to get in the middle of all this stuff, put it all together. We're working with engines that weren't supposed to last more than 100,000. I mean, when they were new, most of the engines that we're dealing with, except maybe John's and, some of the body swap stuff and everything. But like my Pontiac 455 is a 100,000 mile engine. I mean, that's all it was ever supposed to last before it had to be rebuilt. And then you got the 302, same thing. Just 100,000 mile type deal. So it's kind of different because I'd like to tell everybody, we've got a lot of cars here, and I think we've only got maybe one that hadn't got over 300,000 on it, that we drive.
Yeah.
So just saying, these new cars last forever. Those engines will last a long time. Let's see here. Tony, you're so quiet over there.
You guys are all talking. I'm just taking it in.
So Tony, I know, and I'm gonna give my buddy here some grace on something. He is working on something, but he has not spilled the beans on that to a big part of the population. And I don't know that he wants to do it here or anything like that.
I can some. It's come out a little bit between us YouTube friends and stuff. I've got a 94 Ranger. It's a 400,000 mile truck that gets involved with a small little wreck that took out a Dodge Challenger Charger, destroyed it. Little Ranger took a little damage to the front. Well, I decided to go ahead. Actually, Johnny and our families, we all went up to Kansas. Johnny says, "Hey, when are you going to go race?" Brought up the Ranger, and I kind of looked at my wife and I said, "You want to do it?" And she was all smiles. So from there, that's been going on. Yes, the Ranger is completely apart. The cab is still on the frame. Nothing exists from the body back. I'm talking about as far as the bed, rear end. It's all gone. I actually just got in a brand new AJE front K member. So basically 15 inches from the firewall forward, I'm talking about the frame, is going to be cut off. So basically cut the front half of the truck off, and a new tubular is going in. It's taken me a little while to get that, and I finally got it. So that is actually hanging from the ceiling of my garage, so it doesn't get all dinged up with everything else. The roll cage is going in as we talk. It's been slow for me in a way for one good reason. I take care of grandkids a couple times a week, couple days a week. And plus weekends, we get other grandkids, and we've been spending time with them. And I also had a knee replacement. But that's been 8 months ago, still healing time. But I've already got a C6 transmission sitting on the side right now. I have got an 8.8 sitting out front that I started taking off all the brackets, and I'm pretty close to being to where I need to ship it off downtown, and I want to make sure that the housings are straight. And if they are, I want him to go ahead and tack weld the tubes. I mean, I can do it, but I want to make sure with him when it's in a jig, the tubes are straight. We're going to go with a TMZ rear end brace setup. It is an 8.8. I've been toying going back and forth with either a direct locker rear end or go with the clutch, the limited slip type clutch setup. And I've been talking to a couple people that race Mustangs, and they were veering me off from doing a straight lockers type setup and go with the clutch pack setup. And I'm not too sure which one I'm going to do yet, but I'm thinking I'm going to go back with the clutch. They were telling me about the clutch packs to get, and I think I may do this. The gosh, I don't know. There's so many things going on. The leaf springs on the Ranger are mounted on the outside of the frames. They're gone. I am now mounting them under the frame itself. Two reasons. One is the horsepower that's going to be in it. When you have your leaf springs and your shackles, that's all rubber. These things move around. And you just don't want your truck, when you get on in a car, to veer to one side or whatever. You want it straight. So that was one goal, to mount them under the frame. The rear leaf spring shackles are gone. They're going to a slider type setup. The front, actually the Ford Explorer's leaf springs are mounted under the frames. So I ordered up a set of brackets that mount under the frame. They're on there now. The rear sliders, as everybody knows, when you order something, you just don't go to AutoZone or whatever. You pull up, hey, I want slider brackets, whatever. It's non-existent for anything for a Ranger. I went through like Summit to all kinds of people, and everybody's saying we don't offer what you're asking. So finally, it's taken me like almost 2 months what I wanted for the wrist sliders, and I end up I'm putting solid, I'm getting rid of rubber bushings, I'm putting in solid aluminum bushings in place of on the leaf springs. But I went to a machine shop, and he turned down my rear where my sliders are. They actually had to turn down front and rear to be able to fit into my leaf springs. Also, now the center parts, I've got to get drilled out. They're made out of stainless steel or steel. They're too small. And some more machine work's got to be done. But it's been a long journey. When you look at it, you're like, man, not a lot's got done. But there's been a lot that's been, boxes are stacked up different places in the garage.
Don't be like me and forget you got it and lose it. And
actually, I was like, man, I wish I had that. And wait a minute, it's right here. I had ordered it up while I had my surgery. I was ordering some stuff, and there it is. Yeah. The roll bars has been a big thing for me. And when you're doing it yourself, Now, my son's a welder. He's going to weld it all together. But for sitting in there, getting the back piece in, getting the halo or the loop in there, getting the A pillars in, when you're by yourself trying to do all this stuff, it's a task. And it's getting there. And I'm actually enjoying what's going on.
It gives you something. Yeah.
Yeah. The motor is, yeah. The motor is a, gosh, should I even talk about the motor? It's a ZSR engine, so I'm going to have them build me a motor. And the main reason is I was going to do with the 351 stroker, and the range, because I want to run like Johnny runs in the 8th mile. Too many things break in a quarter mile, so let's do 8th mile. It's going to be cubic inches in the area of 451, but it's not a 351 Windsor. It's a Dart block based off the Windsor motor.
Yeah.
It is a the block is an SHP block, I believe. Dart blocks are very hard to come by because Dart went bank. No, they went bankrupt or they sold out. One of the two to a company about 6 months, 8 months ago. So many blocks are still in existence right now. The new company has not started producing the Dart blocks. There's only one left with this guy, and he's got it. And that's what I'm going with. As an example, that's a pet special motor. The crankshaft takes 6 months to get. Yeah. And a Lenardi, I think it's Lenardi crank.
Lenardi,
yep. And then the rods are Molnar? Molnar, okay.
Yep.
Molnar.
That's the rods. Of course, it's going to be trick flow heads. They're 225s. Titanium valves. I've talked it over with Angie many times. We've talked. And I always say, well, we can do it this way, a little bit cheaper and whatever. And she's like, really, if you're going to do it, let's do it right. And, be happy, cry once, pay the bill once.
Yeah. I mean,
that's true. You were talking about Molnar rods, Lenardi crank, stuff like that. See, my big engines has a Molnar crank and Molnar rods in it. Good stuff. The Molnar, we tried some other stuff, and Molnar is really, really good stuff. It can take it. And you know what? It even takes it better whenever your number 2 main is drilled all the way through, unlike the way it was.
Well,
I got a brand new block, all aluminum block that didn't have number 2 main drilled all the way through. We tried to run it 3 times, and the machine shop kept missing that it didn't have a hole all the way through the number 2 main.
oh my gosh.
And yeah, it had a drill bit broken off in it.
Oh,
But anyway, it's good now. I mean, it's the engine that's in the car, but man, it's been a journey with that one, but it's in there. So
let's just say this real quick, and I didn't know this when this all started out. Angie, we went to Jan's meetup up in Missouri, and I knew this engine builder was in Missouri, and I just thought, what the heck? I wonder where he's at. Maybe I can swing by. Less than 28 minutes from the meetup is where his place was.
nice.
I was butts and elbows unhooking the camper. I'll talk to you guys later. And I headed over to the shop, and I was there for about 4 hours to their shop. I seen everything that they had. He had, I'll just say 10 engines sitting in this build center. This place was spotless. I've seen all the balancing machine work. I've seen all brand new machinery he has. I seen everything that's in there. This man is a Ford man, 100%. This is what he builds. He's from either Michigan or Wisconsin. I don't remember, but he's a Ford man, 100%. And this is what he builds. And he probably had, I would say, up to 25 blocks sitting on pallets that are either need to be refreshed or need to be built, sitting there in line waiting to go. And when you drove up to his place, I was looking for a big old sign. I'm looking for everything to find this place. It was like a small, tiny strip mall. He had curtains in all the windows and like sheets and towels. And I gave up trying to find him. I was like, well, I know he's a Ford guy. There happened to be a Ford truck sitting in front of this building. I walked up to it, knocked, and he opened up. And he knew who I was. I talked to him. And I said, where's your big sign? He goes, man, Tony, I used to have that. He goes, everybody in the world would want to come knocking on my door or want to look inside the doors when I'm building. I gave that all up. I have to hide because I can't get nothing done. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it for right now.
Somebody
So,
asked power
on
out.
this deal that you're building, is it drag only or drag and drive type?
It's going to be like what your GTO is.
My green one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be towing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the green one is a little bit. I would love to drag and drive it, but there's things like shock valving that you got to worry about on the road. That stuff's not. They even make for some of the they recommend like there's all kind like for towing your car. It's really weird because that shock valving it's basically like your engine. Okay, so whenever you're driving down the road or whenever you're on a trailer and your shocks are working and stuff like that, they actually want you to, they make these things to put in place of your shocks so that you can pull your shocks, take them loose so that your shock valving isn't working and all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of money in that stuff, and they only have a certain amount of, so driving it across the country, even if you could, you would pretty much wreck your suspension and stuff like that.
You talk about doing this driving thing, and Angie and I had talked about it. The big problem we have with Angie, and you know this, and Dale, she works at a VA. Her vacations are planned a year in advance.
Yeah.
So when you say, hey, let's all of a sudden do this, it's like almost impossible.
Yeah.
Because we have to plan ahead. And of course, next year we've got our trip. We're taking a cruise. So she's got.
We're going on a cruise, guys.
Yep. She's got like 3 or 4 weeks. She's taken off for this. I think it's 3 weeks. So short time. We do want to do the drive and stuff, and we're kind of second guessing about doing all the meetups and changing tune a little bit to do like what you're saying, something more. We've conquered and done a lot with these big meetups. But I think seeing the country is a big thing also.
I understand that for sure. And I would love to be able to, get the homesteading guys who are gearheads, because we're out there, and then, put them with this, the motor community that I have found over here with all these folks that are on here, and we can get together. And I mean, I'm sure we would all have just a blast, because Dale really likes this stuff. Tony really likes this stuff. I mean, these guys, whenever I take Judgment Day out, if there's a track and it's close enough for them and stuff like that, they come and we get things done. And I really appreciate that. So, all right. So, guys, it sounds like there's a plan going on all the way around here. I haven't asked Now, some of you said you're going to run on street tires. Are you running on a street tire, John?
Yeah, that's my plan so far, but like a sticky one.
Yeah. Is it going to be like a tire that you drive down there on, or are you going to put something on there when you get closer?
Yeah, it's probably going to be, I'll swap it closer.
That's what I was going to say. If you put like a drag radial or something like that on there, it's probably not going to dig that drive. I've driven drag radials for quite a ways before, and they wear quite a bit, and stuff. I mean, and the other thing is with a drag radial is an all or nothing type deal. If you've got power, now if you've got no power, they're great all the time. But if you've got power, a drag radial is either going to give you can go the fastest that you've ever been in your life on a drag radial if it hooks, because it doesn't give like a stick. It doesn't lose you, because you lose a lot of stuff with a slick, because it's grabbing, but it's wadding and doing all kinds of stuff. A drag radial is not doing all that stuff. A drag radial is just hooking and kind of going. And the stability on the top end with a drag radial is bar none awesome. On a slick, the top end is, you're kind of walking a little bit. But if a drag radial ever breaks traction, you're done. You might as well abort the run, because it's not gonna recover. A slick will recover. You can recover a run with a slick, but a drag radial, in my experience, is it won't recover.
Yeah, like that. Not to talk about other, guys that drag and drive guys, but like that Steve Morris, like he went from big slicks to radials. His car, like when it goes, it's just stupid fast and goes. It's just two different worlds. I mean, but
hey, Bobby's a
wait.
motorhead too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's Bobby's channel. It used to be Pettit Gene.
Pettit Gene River.
Yep. He lost his channel. He can't get back into his channel, so he had to change it to Bobby. But he ran a lot of that altered stuff and stuff like that back in the day. Hey, Ark Wild Man Survival, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. So, all right, I'm going to talk about my thing for just a minute.
Yeah,
all right, I've got a '69 Pontiac GTO. It's got a 12-bolt rear end in it. It's got a factory posi unit in it, but it's a pretty good one. I mean, I had the posi unit rebuilt. It's got a 373 gear in it. It's got strange axles, C-clip eliminators, but it is a street C-clip eliminator, so it's built for stuff like drag drive and stuff like that. I think it's 31 spline axles. It's got a turbo 400 transmission. The transmission's a really nice piece that I had built for the car. It's never given me a lick of trouble, and I can't imagine it giving me a lick of trouble on this trip, because if anybody knows anything about a T400, they're really good trans. Then it's got the drive shaft in it is, I think it's the drive shaft that I used to run in Judgment Day, which is a steel drive shaft. Judgment Day has an aluminum drive shaft in it now. It's massive, but it's aluminum. I do have and I don't know if any of you guys have anything like this, but I do have a drive shaft loop in it. It does have a roll bar in the car, but it has every single piece of factory interior in it. It's got the front, rear seats. They're all factory. It's not It's not got like race buckets and stuff like that in it. It's just stock. So everything that I've added to it is actually put more weight on the car than it had whenever it was built, because I wanted to keep it a street car. The suspension on it is factory style. I think in the rear it's got adjustable uppers and lowers on the rear. The front is just stock A-arms. The shocks are nothing special. I think they're pretty much, hey, Angie.
Hi.
The shocks are just they're just street shocks. There's nothing special about the shocks or anything like that. It's got I believe it's a 10.5-inch converter in it. It stalls about 3,800 RPM, I believe. And the engine is a 455 Pontiac. It's got a few little, things in it. It's not, mainly it's just for strength. It does have solid roller cam. Here's my crossroad right here. Okay, guys, we're talking about crossroads. Here I am. I don't have a set of heads that would make this thing really great to drive it naturally aspirated. The engine was built for an 871 blower. Straight up. It was built to be blown. The only set of heads that I have that kind of would have worked, we don't think that the gas that we would drive across the country and be able to get at the gas stations would work with them. I mean, if every station had 91 octane or better, then yes, I could do it. But the problem is they don't. Bobby, you're way off. Somebody tell Bobby he's way back behind us on he's talking about flat tappet cams now again already sent, So Bobby, we're way past that. Refresh. So the crossroad I'm at is I called my blower builder. I've got a guy up here in Wichita, Kansas that builds the blowers for my car. It's an 871 Ed Pink magnesium blower. It's got strips. So it's a Teflon strip blower. It's going to wear those strips out. I try to drive it across the country. It's going to wear them plumb out. It's got side strips and main rotor strips. So right now it's brand spanking new. I mean, it hasn't got, the only turning it's got's what I've turned by hand on the blower right now. I built the blower to go on Judgment Day this time. I had it set up for Judgment Day. It's actually got Enderley bug catcher on it, alcohol injection right now. But to use it again on this engine that got in the car, I'm going to have to tell Steve Ramsey is texting me. I'm going to tell him we're still on. We're still on in case he wants to drop in, because Steve is coming, I'm sure.
He's fat with roller dogs and beer at the moment, probably.
Yeah, probably. But anyway. So the thing is I can take the car. It'll be, if I don't put the blower on it, it's going to be very compromised from what it's not going to be built for running. Let's just put it that way. It'll be way behind on power, because the best I can get out of it by finagling with head gaskets, going down to a 29 thick multi-layer steel head gasket on it, I can get right at just about 9-to-1 compression out of it. That's about it.
Ooh.
with a roller cam and aluminum heads and all that stuff, aluminum heads need 1 point more compression than an iron head, for one thing, to run the same. I don't know if you guys knew, everybody
Yep.
knew that, but you need 1 point more compression with aluminum head to run exactly the same as you would if you had a comparable iron head. So it's going to be like I'm running an 8-to-1 iron head on it with this 9-to-1 compression. So it'll be pretty doggy. Will it get across the country good? Yeah, it'll get across the country real good. You'll be able to put junk gas in it from anywhere, all that stuff. But it won't run like I want it to. And the way I want it to is I want it to be in the tens in Arizona. So what am I going to do? I called my blower guy and he said, those blowers, they put them on big trucks and drove them all over the country, right? I said, yeah. I said, what about those strips that are going to wear out? And he said, we can replace them. I said, yeah, when I get back. He said, yeah. He said, they'll wear out. He said, but it'll still do it. He said, it'll still work. It'll still, you'll feel it. You know what I'm saying? It won't be as like if I put the blower on and just put it on a trailer and haul it up here to Tulsa and run it down the track. It won't be like that, but it'll make boost. So he's about got me talked into. He said take 2 extra blower belts with you. So I think I'm going to buy some extra blower belts, slap a couple HP 1000 Hollies that I've got that go on the blower on it. And hopefully I can see around it enough to drive it all that way.
Because that just screams streetcar right
Hell
there.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
And well, if I drive that thing from here to Tucson, you dang right it's going to be called.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That's so good.
But
You
okay,
dang right we're
so
gonna call
how
it a
hard is it to
streetcar.
replace the strips?
Huh?
How hard is it to replace the strips? Like when you got there, could you pull the blower, flip it over, and replace the strips and put it back
No,
on?
there's another way I can do this, Dale, that I haven't talked about. I can drive it out there naturally aspirated, and I can put the blower on it
Yes.
when I get there.
I was thinking the same thing.
All it is an intake swap.
Yep.
The thing is I got to make sure that, because the timing cover is built for a blower hub that I got on it right now.
Yeah.
So I would have to make sure that that I wasn't destroying the engine running with a hub instead of a balancer. It's internally balanced, so it's not a problem,
But it could still
except for
throw
the
it.
harmonics.
Does your hub bolt to your front dampener, or it doesn't even have a front dampener?
No, it has no damper.
Okay.
No, it's just a hub. It's in place of the damper, and it's double keyed. So my crank is double keyed, because I learned my lesson on this key stuff, because I actually I put one on a blower hub on with a single key, the same, the factory key. And I took it down to Salisaw and I sheared the key, making a pass. It was fast. I mean, I went 130 some odd miles an hour in the 8th mile, 660 feet. But still yet, I drove over my lower pulley on my blower on the way back, because it all fell out and I drove over it. It actually put a big dent in my cross member under the engine. But anyway, so that's where I'm at. I'm at a crossroad. What do I do? Do I put the blower on it, drive it from the house like that? Do I put the blower on it part way down there? Maybe I thought about driving it naturally aspirated to Alamogordo and then putting the blower on it, driving it on in with the blower from there. Thought about just driving it to the track and putting the blower on it there. Or do I just drive it the whole way with the blower? I mean, people in the chat, the few of you that are left because we bored you to death, what do y'all think? What would you do?
So
you got this blower and you got this 455 motor that's built for this blower. Would you just drive it from the house? Here's the thing right here. Might suck some serious fuel. Yeah. It will. It will. 2 HP 1000s being on that trip with that stall converter. Yeah, it's going to use some oil or some fuel.
So is your motor a zero balance motor without a balancer on the front end?
Yeah, the balancer isn't even anything that we were concerned. Yeah, it's just zero. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's internally balanced engine. The whether I run the harmonic balancer or whatever, it doesn't really matter.
All right.
The harmonics is the thing that I want to. And Chuck, you said you wanted to build a turbo car. That would be the perfect thing because the compression ratio would actually work for a turbo. And a turbo really doesn't hurt when you're driving down the road as long as you're getting oil to the turbo and stuff like that. I mean, Steve at Build Season showed us all that. I mean, you just whiz it down the road. It's kind of like my diesel trucks that I've got with turbos on them. There's no problem there. So the other thing is an 871 builds a lot of heat. It's pushing hot air into the engine. Really hot air. So I'm going to have to underdrive it severely to driving it down there to keep it from just.
I was going to say your blower also, is going to build a lot of heat. Do you got a cooling system big enough for that?
That's the thing. I'm going to put. I don't have a cooling system at all right now because everything that I use to cool that car is over in Judgment Day.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to buy a complete cooling system. I got to put a windshield in it. I've got to put the rear end back together on it. Some other stuff, but it's, I've driven it pretty lengthy areas around here. I mean, I've driven it probably halfway across Oklahoma without issue before. It had so many street miles on it. It was unbelievable. I mean, we drove it all the time. I used to drive it to work and stuff every day for a while. So, I mean, I know that a blower will, it's got a factory fuel tank in the rear of it. So that helps. It's not just running on a fuel cell. The fuel tank is sumped and all that. It's going to run an electric fuel pump. And the other thing about electric fuel pump, it takes to run that blower all the way across the country. It's got like Mallory doesn't even make fuel pumps anymore, I don't think. I'm not sure. I haven't looked lately, but Mallory's like not a thing much. It's got a Mallory Comp 250 pump on it. So I may have to put a fuel pump like what I got in my truck on it. Whatever you do, it better run. I'll be smack talking, need you back up what my butt.
I'm telling you, and if you guys have never been to the track with Christine,
you
don't get it. She's
a smack talker. If I get it back together and I put some miles on it, or get it back, get it all back together and put some miles on it, and I feel really good about it, I told Christine, I said, we might take Judgment Day too. We might throw Judgment Day on the trailer and just take it because I want to run farm truck and Judgment Day. I've run him before, so I'd like to run him again. But anyway, westbound and down. So if we do that, I'll have to. She'll either be pulling it, or my brother will be pulling it, or something like that. But irregardless, I think we're going to take some kind of truck this year with us, because I think we want to haul some stuff that might be helpful for what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
know one thing. Last on Poverty Tour, somebody mentioned in Poverty Tour that nobody had a cherry picker, and a cherry picker would have helped a few people on Poverty Tour. And I was telling guys, if I was a support vehicle and I took like my dually flatbed, that cherry picker would be right there on the back of it, because man, that thing would have been so handy for so many people, various things, you know. But anyway, well, guys, man, it has been a blast talking to you guys tonight, a real blast. And I'm so glad I've got, you know, we got a good bunch here. John, thank you from Full Blast Garage for coming up. You know, he sent me a thing saying, I know he watched my video, because he didn't comment on the video, but he commented to me via text about it and everything. And I thought, well, he might dig this. So I invited him in. Irish and Zeppy, it's Jay down there. Man, I always enjoy having you guys here. I'm really digging watching your videos on that car too. I mean, I'm in it on that car. I love it. You're doing a lot to get it there.
Okay.
A lot. You're actually doing more than I'm doing to get mine there. And I'm rebuilding. I'm totally redoing the motor and everything. But you're past that, but you're doing the car now. So
I still may have to pull the motor out. I still may have to pull it all back out, because I don't know. There's a few things that we didn't do to that motor that we may want to do. Right now, we can run it at about we can turn $6,000 on it. But if we change one thing, we can run 7,500. All we got to do is change the damn rod studs. That's all we got to do is change it. They're those powder crushed rods. They're the machine rods, not the broken ones.
Yeah.
So if we change those, we could run a little harder. But then again, it goes. I keep that in my mind, and I'm thinking back. Well, I'm not going to have my damn drag radials or my slicks. You know, well, they're actually drag radials, but I'm not going to have them with us more than likely. So am I going to do all that work just to spin out for, you know, half a track? Or
well, the thing is, Jay, I've been really low 11s on regular old 275/60 street tires.
Yeah.
In the quarter. We used to have a class in that black car, in the one I'm talking about right now. There was a guy put up a class where it was just, everybody was running on a street tire and all this and that and the other. We were running naturally aspirated on. I didn't have a blower on it at the time. I had better compression. I had 10.2 to 1 compression. And we were just running on a regular old, I think what was it, a 200 tread wear or something like. It's just a regular street tire. And I was running 1120s on that. So you can run pretty quick on a street tire. But the and if you hadn't changed those rod bolts, you might think about it.
Build season made it in. What's going on?
Oh, is he in there?
He's in the chat.
Hey, there he is. Hey, Steve, good to see you, man. And he's here, and I'm hoping that maybe on the next one of these that I do, and since you're here, I'm asking you right now, the next one of these that I do, I'm going to invite you in, just like I did tonight. Hopefully you're at home, You're all cleaned up. You don't have minor lung or anything like that.
Oh my God.
You can give us what you're going to bring. How's that? So, and we're going to, that'll be 2 weeks from now on Saturday night. So guys, 2 weeks from now, we're going to see where we're at again on all this stuff. I can tell you I got cam bearings in finally. I'm still waiting on rings and main bearings. And I've got to make an order with Butler Performance. So the only reason I haven't made my Butler Performance order is because I'm not exactly sure which way I'm going to go with my head gaskets. I'm either going to go thicker for less compression because of the pump gas that I have to drive across the country, or I'll go with thinner for more compression for something else. So anyway, man, I've been 1170 in a VW. Woo! There you go. And a Volkswagen. That's awesome. Anyway, yeah, 2 weeks from now, we'll revisit this. Hopefully Steve can come in with us and everything at that time, and we'll see where we're at then. Maybe Steve at the Rust Farm will know what he's going to be taking by then. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
Might
have
have
more.
the new car by then.
Hi.
Might have the other car by then. We'll see.
So there you go. So we might know that. Our blessed Shed might tell us whether he's figured out if he's going to be racing or they're supporting or what. I know he'll be there. That's it. We know that. Chip will know hopefully he'll know if his engine survived break-in. That'd be good.
I'm considering doing it myself.
Well, I'll tell you
I
what.
really want that motor to run.
What you need to do is you need to have somebody there with you. Make sure that that they're watching those gauges and stuff. Somebody's watching for leaks. Keep that dude running.
I just bought a set of gauges to put on that motor
if you keep a water hose handy, all that stuff. Try to keep it running. Don't it's killing and bringing it back and killing and bringing it back. It's hard on it. And then and we'll know how we'll know more about what Full Blast has got going on. I'm sure he'll probably have another video out by then on it. We can discuss that. And then Tony, of course, he's going to be telling us where he's at on his on the manger. Dale will be telling us if he ended up with the Maverick. And
I'd have a little baby car then.
Irish.
Yeah, I'd like to hear about that. I like odd cars, and a Maverick is an odd car.
Yeah, and then we got Zeppy and Irish or Jay down there, and I'm sure he will have another video out, and I will spend 2 or 3 hours watching that.
Hey man, it would have been about 5, but there's an hour of me, talking to God.
Yeah,
I got to cut all that out. I can't just let it all in there. YouTube's like,
Yeah,
I know.
He has a very interesting way of starting his videos too. If you don't know.
Yeah. I didn't do it on the last video and I got crap for it. It's got to a point where if I don't do it, people are like, I ain't even watching. You didn't start. You're not
Hey,
mad enough.
Fords, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. So anyway, well, guys, we're going to hop off here. Like I said, maybe we can get Steve Bill Season to come in with us next time. And we'll have a good chat about this 2 weeks from now. All right. 2 weeks from now, 8 p.m. Central. I'm going to ask you guys, would it be better at 8 or 7? Because I can go at 7 too.
I'm
8
good
to-
Either way.
Either one.
It's fine.
Either
8 works for me.
8. All right. Good night, Steve. We'll talk to you later, man. All right. So
if it's
Steve
cooler
Bill
next
Season out
weekend,
there.
I may be live with you, but I'll probably be wrenching. So,
well, that'll be cool. We'll get to watch you wrench while you're live.
It would have happened tonight, except for the fact that it was raining. It finally passed. But I was going to tell you, I was watching when we got home. I was watching you guys were talking about that 302 thing. Look up a penny in the crossover hose trick.
Penny in the crossover hose trick.
Yep, you got that bypass hose. You can put a penny in that thing, block it off. You'll drop your temperature about 10 degrees.
That goes for Cadillac engines too.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do it unless you know what you're doing, but look it up. It's the only thing that I've ever really done with 302s, because I've built a ton of them, because that's all I had was Fox bodies back in the day.
Yeah.
Is I would do the penny trick, and then I'd also, especially on a Fox body, you know how the Ford, they got the bolts that go in on your thermostat housing. I'd take those out and I'd take a Dremel or something and I'd cut me a spot for the screwdriver. So whenever you're trying to get down in there to get them out and you got the wrench and you can only move so far, but a screwdriver will sit right through there. You can just unscrew them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I do that all the time.
Well,
like
tell you what,
right out of here that way.
That's what I like about this community. You know, we're all about helping each other and letting each other know what might help them, a lot. And Chip, like I said, he's doing his first new engine, and that's an exciting time.
You do realize that started out with a freeze plug.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, it always starts out. It
That's how it
starts
always
out something
goes.
like that.
And just escalated from there.
I mean, a lot of this stuff starts out, well, I'm going to pull this seat out and fix this hole in the floor right here real quick.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got, it looks like Jay's 78Z.
The motor that he built for that's in that car, that Vortec engine, was beautiful. It was perfect. There was nothing wrong with it. All I had to do was take the intake and crap off of it, throw our intake on it and all that. And he's like, no, we're going to put a big cam in it is what we're going to do. And I'm like, well, then we're going to have it apart. We might as well build the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I get in there and the cylinders look great. I'm like, well, I guess we might as well re-ring it. So we re-ringed it and re-bearings. Everything was perfect. So I don't know if we gained anything other than a big fat cam and a lot of expensive parts on those Vortec heads to make them run right. But
well,
Yep.
but it's the same motor. It's basically the same build. We had built that one, and then Steve was building the one that's in that Malibu.
Yeah.
And it's the same cam and same head setup. I use everything.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's exact same engine, except ours is, basically 0 miles. So
Yeah. Right.
because the plant and I did gap the rings for boost.
Yeah.
It's set up for twin turbos if we ever want to do it. That was the idea anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the other thing, I make a decision on that because, part of me just wants to put my stock hood back on my GTO and just drive it over there, drive it all the time. But man, there's nothing like that blower surge.
I thought if you're asking my opinion, you drive it with the blower and everything. Just
And then you're talking about driving it to work. I'm like, just when you think you're cool, then this guy drives in with an 871 blow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you spend most of your day at work worrying about your car in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And going out there every few minutes just to make sure they haven't stolen something off of it because it's
so my Cutlass is my daily driver. People give me crap here in town all the time. They're like, you drive that everywhere in the rain? Yeah, rain, snow, hurricanes, tornadoes. We don't care. I drive it. It's my parts getter.
Yeah.
Big old damn tunnel ram sticking out of the hood. I was like, you can't daily drive a tunnel ram, huh?
Yeah, that's one of the other, not a tunnel ram, but the other thing, I've got those weld drag light wheels on my car, and I'm pulling all them off and putting the stalkers all the way around it. I mean, I got it. My back stalkers are 8-inch wide, and I'm going to put them back. It's just like the picture. It should look very similar to the picture that's in the thumbnail right now. for this live as far as wheel tire combo.
So
So
we're running the original Camaro rallies.
yeah,
Yeah,
I love factory wheels on stuff. If you can rock them factory wheels, I like them. I really like them. But anyway, guys, we're going to hop off here. We've been on here over 2 hours, and I've had a really good time. I've learned a lot. I hope all you guys out there in the chat have learned a lot, and I hope the folks on the panel have learned something from their neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
And but we're going to have a good time, and I can tell you what, whenever we get together again, we'll know a little bit more. We'll be closer, and we might, we might learn you something. Maybe. All right, guys, we're going to get off here. Love y'all, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.
Yeah, bye.
Bye bye.
Now's your time to